You guys, hot take. I already know I'm going to get eaten up in the comments, so you don't got to tell me, but I am still not sold.
All right, I'm going to respond to this, and I have a lot to say. So I could care less whether or not she's sold or not on the relationship, because at the end of the day, people are going to have their opinions. But her take on Nick being performative is almost like, did we watch the same show? Because I'm very good at reading people. I've always been good. Nothing about Nick has ever given disingenuous. You know, that man couldn't fake liking Sierra. He's been completely honest the entire show. Y'all watched, we watched the same show. We watched Love Island. That man never lied. Did he say things? He never says anything he doesn't mean. He's very intentional about his words. And even Nicolandria has said that. She was like, he's truthful. Like, almost too truthful. Like, he told Huda twice he wanted her gone. To her face. And voted her to leave. To her face. Like, he's never been a disingenuous person. So for her to have this take, like, somehow Nick got out of the villa and he's just going to become the most disingenuous fake person and fake an entire relationship with Nicolandria, I can't understand that perspective. I'm sorry. I really don't, because we all watched him on the show with cameras following him 24/7, be authentic and genuine, not sugarcoat things, tell people the truth to their face, and have basically no filter half the time. So for people to still be questioning whether or not he's genuine is kind of, I don't understand that. I feel like there is some sort of bias that is not being addressed with how you view him. Regardless of those things, like I said, Nick and Nicolandria do not have to prove the relationship to the people who don't want to see it. Their relationship is their relationship. Whether or not you're sold on it or believe it is really just up to your personal opinion. However, I feel like I'm someone who watched both of them, read both of their body language, and it was very clear for me watching the show, Nick was always interested in Nicolandria. I don't know how you can watch the show and believe Nick was faking interest in Nicolandria the entire time. Even when he got friend-zoned by Nicolandria, he was still fighting to keep her in the villa. I also feel like people acting like they got coupled up because they knew they were famous outside, when these people had no idea they had this major following until their parents came in the villa, and both of their parents was like, yeah, y'all have all these supporters. America's been wanting you to couple up, which, by the way, they told them after they had already been coupled up. They had absolutely no idea how famous they were before coupling up. So I don't understand, unless you're going to insinuate that they got out the villa still and decided they didn't like each other that much, but are for some reason going to continue just fake dating until, you know, they get all these brand deals. I personally don't think Nicolandria would ever do something like that. And after seeing how Nick was in the villa, I doubt he's going to do that. They could both easily still have a following and influence whether they ended up together or not. Now, as a couple together, are they a lot more endorsed? Yes, but a lot of people can leave Love Island single and still have a platform and still have followers. So the idea that either of them or Nick would fake being in a couple with someone just for fame, it doesn't give that to me. He doesn't give that to me personally. Also, her take on how Nick has been posting Nicolandria. If you saw how he posted his ex-girlfriend on his page, like, you wouldn't be surprised. He posted a lot of content even with his previous ex before being famous. I feel like he's still being his authentic self just with Nicolandria. And to be quite honest, I feel like he would probably want to post Nicolandria more, but Nicolandria is actually the one who's more shy about posting the relationship than Nick. Nick seems like he's always been comfortable sharing his life. Just because someone's posts on social media a lot and is comfortable sharing things doesn't mean they're faking something. Like, I don't know, people's takes are sometimes really harsh, in my opinion, and not really taking into account, like, people have different personalities, different ideas, different levels of comfortability. Nick is clearly extroverted. He clearly thrives off of the attention of other people. And people who are extroverted love being around other people. The reason he goes live and likes interacting, he feeds energy off of that. Most extroverted people like that sort of attention and do things like that. They're comfortable being in public spaces. Simply because Nick is more extroverted does not mean he's faking his relationship with Alandria, which is basically what she's insinuating by talking about how the way Nick posts online somehow means he's not as genuine and he's clout chasing, when in reality he's just a more extroverted person. He's more comfortable posting and sharing things online than Alandria. It doesn't mean that he's less interested or faking that relationship. So yeah.